Good evening, everybody. It's Friday night. It's 9 p.m. It's time for What's on Joe Mind. Welcome to the beginning of YoJoe June. It is also guest host month here on What's on Joe Mind. And yeah, we just figured that out this last week when we realized that somebody's going to be gone every week this month. But hey, as you can see, we've got some wonderfully articulate people down in the bottom row. We'll get to know them very soon after you listen to our kick-ass theme song. We'll be right back. Hello again. Welcome to What's on Joe Mind. It's Friday night. It's 9 p.m. I'm Mike Irizarry. I'm your host. We are a fan cast about the world of G.I. Joe. How you doing?
How you doing?
Hey. With me, elevated all the way to the second chair tonight. He's the host of our currently on hiatus audio-only comic book show, Rack Time. It's Rack Time, Rob.
Hi. I'm on hiatus like the hub.
Gee, thanks. Great. Good to know. Good to know. In the bottom row, you recognize him as Phil Donnelly from Articulated Points. We know him better here as the world-famous Biff McHonky Donk.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
There we go.
Making his What's on Joe Mind debut.
Yeah, buddy.
Bottom left. He's from any number of different places on the interwebs. It's Articulated Chad.
Yes, sir.
Chad, we do have one question that is always the first question we ask new hosts.
Yes.
How much you bench?
About 350.
Oh, whoa, hey, ooh. Hey, how about that there? Hey, 350.
About 285.
Getting it up there, hey.
About 285.
That's just how much change he has in his wallet right now.
Right.
I'm going to need about 350.
I need about 350.
I ain't giving no months of no 350.
But we'll double back for you, Phil. But Chad, if where are folks going to know you from? What other projects are you involved with?
Oh, I do a weekly show Friday nights with Jay Bartlett on his channel. Jay Bartlett from Action Figure Adventure and the Jan Rob Toy Show. I've been on Real American Headcast. I've got my own channel at Articulated Chad. I'm basically the Clint Howard of the G.I. Joe community. Like, you'll see me here, you'll see me there. I'm all over the place. I was in Apollo 13. Now I'm over here. Like, you'll see me everywhere.
Nice. Not
There's
expecting
a fake version of him just staring into the screen as we do the credits on this episode.
Had I known that line was coming, that would have been the picture in the closing shot there.
Oh, I love it.
Clint Howard action.
Had I known.
Just like this.
From his shot in the from the Water Boy when his hair's freaked out to here and his crooked teeth in and all that other good stuff. Anyways, Phil Donnelly, it's been a while since you've been on. Where are you hiding out these days?
Oh, always still Articulated Points. You can find me right on YouTube. And if I'm not there, I'm usually at Disneyland. You know how it goes.
We have the channel links for both of these gentlemen down below in the description. So be sure to check them out once we're done here tonight, or else we'll send them to your house. And
they will come.
Yeah, they don't look like much, but they eat a lot.
I'm also kind of picky, so you better be prepared for that.
I'll put my shoes on your couch.
None of the food can touch.
First thing Phil Donnelly's going to do is ask you what kind of pickles you have, and then complain that it's not the right kind.
It's never the right kind.
And that's the
answer is always sweet gherkins.
Oh, sweet gherkins! Get out of here. You're off the show.
That's the point. That's why.
You're off the show.
And in record time.
Wow.
Watch this. Mm.
Let's see. That was where are we at? At 5 minutes and 8 seconds. That is something of a record.
Yeah.
We normally don't kick off the new guys with such a hair trigger accuracy.
That's why I came here. Setting records.
That's
Clint Howard. Let's go.
that's why we've been doing this longer than anybody.
Oh.
We kick off our guests. What builds our community. Builds character.
Do it, Mike.
What
I'll
builds
get you
our
back.
community?
Let's go.
Exclusion.
Mm. And shame.
Welcome to everybody viewing us
Different names.
your own home. If you're watching us on YouTube tonight, please give us a like. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate that. That's the thing you can do to help us out the most. If you're watching us on Facebook, go ahead and leave us some kind of a reaction. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a heart. Give us a little huggy guy. We love little huggy guy. Just to let all the algorithms know that you're paying attention to us there. And yeah, I mean that's about it. Anybody else have anything interesting happen this week? I had nothing. I couldn't wait for Friday to get here. I needed this week to be over so quick.
Yep.
Matt
Pretty
Rubin
much.
knows the pickles. Claus, that's the right pickle. That's one of the right pickles. I don't want to say the only right pickle.
Oh, they're not your favorites.
No, as we know, the people from McClure's have stolen my heart. But for most of America, Clausen's is a fine pickle.
And then there's just Vlasic, who doesn't know how to spell words.
Well, I believe that was their name. Vlasics are okay if you get the whole pickle, but Spears get a little mushy,
Yeah. Because they're just soaking in it.
right? It's just, yeah.
All naked.
But,
You
other
tell
words,
that
the
pelican,
naked pickles.
whatever he was.
welcome back to PBS Pickle.
Yeah.
We need your naked pickles here.
What made that visual?
There's
You put some pants on those pickles. Wait, what are we even
reminds
talking
me
about?
of, my one of my friends in St. Louis is we always play up the joke that he's the host of a fictional podcast that we call NPR's Chip Talk. And it's just anytime we find an interesting potato chip, we break it down as welcome back to NPR's Chip Talk. Anyways,
Are you always speaking very quietly or softly into the mic?
in hushed tones,
That's right.
Hello.
making dad jokes and expecting them to be hilarious.
A polite chuckle and move on.
Or just kind of a and then move on to
Or even better, the very funny.
And now back to our fundraising.
It's pledge month.
oh, Pledge Month is the greatest. I love Pledge Month. Loved it so much. I used to work for NPR back in college. I got to host a segment once, and someday I'll tell that story. But it was a fun segment. We'll just
If the news keeps going the way it's going, that story may be soon.
right.
Ooh.
Right. But what do you say we get into community calendar? We actually get into our show. Weird.
It's a thought.
Weird how we got content and might actually want to do something with it.
Am I staying?
Yeah. Why would
Okay, cool.
Why would you not stay?
Hey,
Why would we? I mean, you haven't done anything to invoke my ire again, so you're good. You're
But
good.
there's still time.
Yeah, there's always time.
You want to talk about the wrong pickle again? Well, then we're gonna
It's
have
coming. It's
but-
coming.
Let's go. Bread and bones.
There's a Comic-Con or a toy show. What's on Joe Mind? Wants to know. Tell Mike, Mark, and Joe. Community Calendar.
I think that's the first time I played that intro without Joe or Mark here, which makes it kind of weird,
I was wondering who's who.
right? Well, I did try to give the faces did line up with the names, so that's a good hint for you.
No, which one of us is playing which one of them?
Oh well, I mean Phil is clearly Joe because he looks the best in heels.
There you go.
I thought you'd never noticed.
Mark it is.
Rob is playing Mark, and you're playing Rob.
I like that.
I just want to say, if I have anyone run behind me and you see it, please dial 911. We have an intruder.
Yeah, there's a problem.
Yeah.
Especially if that happens, you'll probably have already seen me get stabbed or something. So I would hope that by that point.
Good Lord.
Anyways,
Stay tuned, folks. This episode could take a real dramatic turn.
right. They've got to go past me to get to him. So.
Oh man, now we've added tension to this episode. Keep tuning in, people.
You're the buffer zone, Mike.
Right. It'll
You
be
just
like
invoked Chekhov's gun. Now we have to see you guys die by the end of the episode.
it'll be like Monty Python, the Holy Grail. I'll be that one guard. Hey, Lancelot kills his buddy and keeps running. Hey. Anyhow,
The community.
What happened? Go ahead, Rob.
I said the community.
Right.
Yeah.
First up on the old calendar, it's why we don't have Joe Colton tonight. She's at Awesome Con.
Awesome.
That is today through the 5th. If you need those last-minute tickets, check out awesome-con.com. That is at the Walter E. Washington Center in Washington, D.C. And again, contrary to popular belief, Washington, D.C. not named after Walter E. Washington, which is a shock. Something of a shock.
You lie.
To some people.
Guests include Haley Atwell, Anthony Daniels, Giancarlo Esposito, Melissa Joan Hart, Fred Van Lente, former G.I. Joe writer, Timothy Zahn, and Joe Colton, of course, and many, many, many more. Check out that website if you want to see who's there, and you can make it out this weekend. Stop by and say hey to Joe Colton, although try to stay in her line of sight because she'll just wheel and punch you in the throat.
She's spooked very easily.
Yeah, she's hair trigger with that. You got to be careful.
Please, no flash photography.
Right. Just. And you can see that she's today she was running around as who is that from the boys? Maeve.
Queen Maeve. Yes.
Queen Maeve. Yes. And then tomorrow she'll be in her world famous Wonder Woman outfit, and then she'll be doing her Orville thing on Sunday. So if you're out there, be sure to look for the exceptionally tall woman dressed as Wonder Woman or Orville person.
That's Discovery.
That's Discovery.
My bad.
By the way, just to clear something up, Fred Van Lente was the former G.I. Joe writer, not Timothy Zahn.
Thanks.
It's coming up in the.
When
did Timothy Zahn write G.I. Joe? No.
Are you kidding me? Come on, people! Come on! You're disappointing me, all of you.
Kick them out.
Right? I would if I could.
Don't kick them out.
I can.
It's an honest mistake.
Don't kick anybody out.
We can't afford that.
That's true. We need all the help we can get.
We should be demonetized like everyone else by wanton, violation of the rules, not losing subscribers.
Or music infringement,
Right?
Yeah, something like that.
Right? That's why we only use the finest of territory free range chicken music. Anyways, again. That was our fan James Booth wrote the lyrics for the community calendar theme. I don't know where he got the music from. I'm hoping it's public domain.
What pickles does he like?
I don't know. I don't know if he's here right now. He's kind of hit or miss because we don't have a real great time for him, I guess. But I don't know. But yeah. The Barking Fridge. What? No live con report? No. That would involve somebody plugging the damn show. That doesn't happen. That never happens. Not with this one. Oh no. No, I'm sure she'll have something for us. But live look-ins are a little much for that sort of thing. She deserves a chance to relax and be with her friends and be drunk and not worry about it being saved on YouTube for posterity.
Timothy Zahn did write the best and worst Star Trek books I've ever read.
I didn't even know he did Star Trek.
I mean, Star Wars. Sorry, I'm looking at the Star Trek down here, and it was
goodness. All right,
we're a professional show.
Let's correct everybody on the non-Timothy Zahn mistake, and then screw it up ourselves.
I know. See, everyone's human.
Not me. I am perfect.
Matthew Comstock's making those little winks at call sign Longbow.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. It's a nice wink.
Next up. Next weekend, June 10, 11, 12, it's the Dallas-Fort Worth G.I. Joe and Action Figure Show. This is a big one. They've been doing this for a long time, deep in the heart of Texas. The DFW G.I. Joe Collectors Club they're a big thing. They've been doing this show 12 years now. Phil, you've been in the mix as long as I have. It's been about 12 years.
Sure, let's go with that.
Sure. Sure. They started around the same time we started CoilCon, and they're still going. And CoilCon is, I backed out on that long before it actually went away. So that's been about 12 years. Anyways, but yes, you owe it to yourself to get out there. It's always a great show. They've a good number of 4-inch, good number of 12-inch folks historically at the DFW show. So if you're in Texas, you're within a few hours of Dallas, get yourself out there and get that done.
Yeah, buddy.
Next up, the Tampa Bay Toy Expo. Same weekend. It's June 11th, 10 to 4. It's a smaller show at the Hilton Garden Inn in Tampa. Free admission, free parking. It's already going to cost you $100 in gas just to get there. So, hey, might as well be free parking, right? You can find out more at the TampaBayToyExpo.com. They've got guests. They've got certain dealers. It's right there on the website. Go check it out. And it's probably about time to start mentioning this guy here at Joe Fest. It's coming up at the end of the month, June 24th through the 26th, also known as the Augusta Toy and Comic Show. In case you haven't heard of Joe Fest, guests include Michael Bell, Greg Berger, Arthur Berghardt, Keone Young, and more. You can find out more at www.joefestusa.com. That includes hotels, includes tickets, includes the complete guest list. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat will be there. Jerry the King Lawler will be there. Real Joes.
We're always there for the and more.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is awesome, but I at Joe Fest, okay.
Yeah.
All right, sure.
Well, they couldn't get the San Diego chicken, so.
Well, I mean,
I would be there if they had the San Diego chicken.
He's the famous chicken now.
He'll always be the San Diego chicken to me.
Yes, that's true. HCC 788 is going to have a table there as well. I didn't know if I was going to put him up on the list because I don't know if he's paying for that as a vendor or if he's a guest. So I didn't want to announce him as a guest if he wasn't a guest. I have no idea what the workings are there. So, but he's out on a vacation anyway this week, so he's not even here to clear that up for us.
He's driving cross country right now, isn't he?
Right, Phil, I blame you.
As you should.
All right, excellent. So long as you're accepting of that responsibility.
Yeah, whatever. I've caused a downfall of many, so it's just one more on the list.
And that's what we got for community calendar. Remember, if you've got something that you want to see us plug and get the word out for, send it on into us. Best place to send it is to our email, whatsonjoemind@gmail.com. You'll see it come up. I'm going to play the theme song one more time because, hey, we got guys writing us theme songs.
There's a Comic-Con or a toy show. What's on Joe Mind? Wants to know? Tell Mike, Mark, and Joe. Community calendar.
All right. Ain't that great?
Yeah, buddy.
Articulated Chad, you getting out for that one?
I am.
Okay.
No, I will be at Joe Fest.
That's a heck of a haul for you, isn't it? Aren't you out like New Mexico way or?
I am southern New Mexico, right by the Mexico border. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That is a haul.
Yeah.
That's right. So it's my anniversary. So the wife and I treat it as our anniversary kind of getaway.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll be there the whole time. So.
It's your what anniversary is the plastic action figure anniversary?
every one for
All
us?
of them, yeah.
The answer is all of them, good sir.
Fair
All
enough.
of them.
Who's the third and a half?
Fair enough. Is she into this business?
Say again?
She into this business?
Oh, she is. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I guess that makes it okay.
Yeah, she bought one of these terror drones.
Well, I mean, buying stuff for you is one thing, but
No, she's into it too. Yeah, she's got.
yeah, when back in the day when Uncle Mike was married, cue old timey music here. Yeah, I was into one thing. I was into GI Joes, and the wife was into many things, and she was crazy. So we don't talk about her that much. But it is possible. You can actually marry somebody who's into this hobby.
Mine is into GI Joe.
Oh,
she's
awesome.
actually she's in the infantry as well, and she's known as the commander because of the whole Cobra Commander, and
Nice.
she's a ma'am. So yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Biff McHonky Donk, you making the voyage? Sadly,
I am not. Not in the budget for me. Letting you all down, I know.
Same here. It's I've made it once, and I gotta say, it's the toughest part of Joe Fest is that there is really not much to do to kill the non-con hours.
Yeah.
Like you're just there's Augusta, Georgia. People know where it is because that's where they have the Masters, but there ain't nothing going on in Augusta, Georgia.
And they don't let us into the club to play golf.
No.
There's our
They don't let a lot of people in. But anyway.
I
You'll
mean,
be all right. Ain't nobody worried about you.
we got barred for no, I'm not making that joke. That's terrible. I'm not going there. Anyways,
was there anybody walking around in green blazers just trying to anyway?
gold jacket, green jacket.
Well, gold jacket means you either work for Century 21 or ABC Sports back in the day, but you know.
my ex-wife was into many things too, mostly the Navy barracks, but I digress. Yeah.
Nick needs to write a book.
I think so. Crazy X's abound in this hobby. Thankfully, their crazy X's are not abound in this hobby. Thankfully, my crazy X saw herself on out.
Are we the crazy X's?
No. I can say for myself, no.
Yes.
Existential dread.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I'll ask my wife in a week.
Right? I mean, we're reasonably easy to be entertained, so I don't know if we're the crazy ones or not.
No, just leave me in here. I'm fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's June, and you're in southern New Mexico, so if you leave that room, you may explode. Burst
into flame.
Yeah.
It is not enjoyable outside. No.
Yeah.
It's a dry heat, like my oven or a blowtorch.
Exactly.
Let's go ahead and get to the news.
Do.
All right.
Yeah.
Rob's on top of things. He knows what's being asked of him today. After Action Report Kickstarter still going on. It is funded. And it runs through July 5th, so you may pledge with confidence that if you throw your money at this, you're going to get a book. Word from co-author Roger Taft this week. He ran into some serious medical issues. He is doing much better now. The worst seems to be behind him, but he did lose a couple of weeks, so just be patient as far as updates go. These guys have already put out Volume 1. Volume 2 is a sure thing. It'll happen. Just give the man a chance to get his health back, and it'll all be okay. So he has been keeping us posted on Facebook. So if you just have to know what's up with After Action Report, by all means, head on over to Facebook, and you can watch Roger's short videos there.
Is this one covering the IDW or Devil's Due?
I believe so, yeah.
Yes, I believe this is the Devil's Due run. specifically. I don't know if it gets in IDW or not. I'd have to.
Probably best to wait until that finishes off in December.
Right. It would be a weird place to break beforehand. So with 32 days to go and a $7,000 pledge goal, After Action Report is currently at $11,509. So it is pledged and then some.
Yeah.
So be sure to get yourself in on After Action Report. I'm looking to see if there is a volume 1 available. If you can do the if you missed out on the first one, you can do the combo pack, volume 1 and volume 2 for a $70 pledge. So
there you go.
Absolutely worth it for the information contained. It's a lot. This is a lot of work, a lot of organization. Can't speak highly enough for the guys the effort they put into putting this together. Next news item. The last couple of weeks, I've been remiss. I've kind of missed this one as far as getting it on the show. I would always see updates on Monday, and then Friday would come, and Rack Time Rob doesn't have social media, so he's no help. And Joe and Mark, I think, forget they're not on the show until Friday, so they're no help. But Warriors of the Hidden Force is an upcoming project from the folks at Whiskey Jack Toys. You can check them out on Facebook. If you like ninjas, and that's really the one aspect of the G.I. Joe fight that is not being redone with, say, Call Sign Longbow. So if you dig ninjas and you want some O-ring ninjas, Warriors of the Hidden Force is for you. This is the protagonist of that line, Shinobi. There have been other characters released over the last couple of weeks as far as the grids and the designs. No definitive word yet as far as when this is going to be launched or how or what's going on with it in that regard. Just go ahead, head over to Facebook, subscribe to their page, like their page, and keep yourself updated. And we'll certainly talk to these guys as they get closer to doing whatever they want to do. And Josiah Alcorn, Call Sign Longbow does have Russian ninjas. And
furry hats.
In furry hats, which makes them maybe the best ninja.
At least they're warm in winter.
I figured somebody was going to call that. I was like, what about that commie ninja? Just let it go.
But this is all ninjas. This is all martial arts stuff as far as what we've
all
seen.
Ninjas all day.
Warriors of the Hidden Force. So keeping it simple and looking pretty good doing it. So again, head on over to Whiskey Jack Toys on Facebook. Give them a follow. You'll get the skinny right along with the rest of us. Matthew Comstock informs us the furry hats are called Ushankas. I disagree. They are called furry hats.
They're made of nutria, which is a type of rat.
As I decide to be disagreeable just for disagreeability's sake. But hey, Rack Time Rob, you can vouch. That's pretty well keeping right in step with the last 47 years.
Yep.
Very on brand.
I'm in there.
It's surprising when he's agreeable. So,
I throw it in there every so often to keep everybody off balance.
When he wants something.
Next news item. Of course, that brings us to Call Sign Longbow. 8 more days to pledge Call Sign Longbow. You can check out our episode from a couple weeks ago, What's on Joe Mind 215, to get all the details there. When we talk to Troy and John. Currently, if we take a look at the Call Sign Longbow Kickstarter.
What's on the tally board, Jerry?
It is $78,000 is the goal. They are well past that. As of right this second, we are looking at 100. Come on, numbers. $155,340.
Yeah.
So not a whole lot of headway made in the last week, but that's normal for Kickstarters. Don't worry about it. I wish people would go ahead and just pledge rather than wait till the end to see what we get, because if you pledge early, you'll see what you get a lot faster. But I digress. I got to cut out that whole making sense thing. And of course, with Call Sign Longbow, you get Okay. Apparently the steel web has taken over. See what I can do here. And nothing. They have completely locked us out. So the steel web has taken over the call sign longbow Kickstarter.
Well, that's a fine how to do.
Right? You should probably head over to their social media channels to find out what's up with call sign longbow. Remember, 8 days left to pledge. And perhaps your pledge will be the one that saves the call sign longbow team.
I love that logo.
Yeah, it would have been nice if they had not taken over on Friday afternoon, but why would I expect villains to be agreeable? Why would
No one expects the Spanish
That's
Inquisition.
what makes them evil.
I
They're
guess
very
so.
rude.
Like right there, as I'm putting together the rundown, it would have been great if, maybe this had happened on a Thursday. But
That's why they're evil.
let's do it on Friday. Or maybe it would have happened on Saturday, which is when my leaks in the steel web told me it was going to happen. But no, Friday's fine. Friday right before the show, that's fine. They've taken over.
Again, villains.
Curses.
Every villain is lemons.
I will give 5 What's on Joe Mind points to the person in the live chat that can give us the acronym for Love Muffin from Phineas and Ferb.
There's so many letters.
5 What's on Joe Mind points.
Love muffin.
What are those points? I have no idea. We'll figure it out. But need somebody to give me that one.
They're like flag points, only worth less.
Right. Worth even less.
Redeem them for like pocket lint.
Yeah, Diana Davis has it right. Bad guys don't care about convenience. No, they do not.
That's why they're the bad guys.
Mm-hmm. And
Do
next
you wash
news.
your hands? No, because I'm evil.
Hey, it brings us up to the news that broke on Wednesday when Lenny and Emily took to Instagram Live and put together a Dreadnought Thunder machine from 1986 and announced that Shipwreck and Rock and Roll were in development for Classified for 2023.
Aha.
So that's cool.
I like how they said they're going to leak their own lists.
Right?
I don't think that's how leaking works, but whatever.
Right.
Not how we did it, but anyway.
Not how we do it, but maybe that's it. They're just trying to be What's on Joe Mind.
Yeah, they're trying to beat you.
That's the only way to beat us.
Reflected glory.
And Alistair Keffer gave it a very honest effort there, but that is not true. That is not the correct Love Muffin. I've lost the word. Rob, help me out. Acronym. Thank you. There actually is one. It was on the show. Love Muffin was an acronym.
That is a valiant effort, however.
That show, and I still don't remember it.
I do want to put out there too that this little graphic of ours caught some traction on Twitter. We don't know what Shipwreck's going to look like. We don't know what Rock and Roll's going to look like. We don't know nothing of that sort. No, none of that was put out there. None of that is currently in the very beginning stages of development. So these pictures are here just to make a flashy Twitter post, but that's not necessarily what they're going to look like.
It could be Merchant Marine Shipwreck and OG Rock and Roll. We don't know.
Right, exactly. So I just want to put that out there. That's
the '94 wetsuit one.
Yeah, judging what they're going to be based on this graphic would be a silly thing to do. That is not
Hardy,
far out. That is not
given their current trend towards trying to be as as faithful to the past as possible. I think at least Sailor Shipwreck is a good bet. Rock and Roll could probably go either way.
Yeah, Sailor Shipwreck I would be surprised if it wasn't. Rock and Roll, I could see being either version 1 or version 2. I would really like to see some kind of combination of the two. Incorporate elements from both. That would be nice to do something different.
Or they go supersonic fighters just to throw you off.
Or was it Supersonic Fighters or was it
It was Supersonic Fighters.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I thought Rock and Roll got the space figure though.
He did get a space
Armor
figure
Tech.
too.
All right,
Yes.
Armor Tech, yeah.
He got an Armor Tech.
Star
Yeah.
Brigade.
Yeah, Star Brigade.
That's what I need to see in classified is armor tech. Yes.
The
There's
space,
unironically.
the Armor Tech Star Brigade Rock
Yes.
and Roll. That's what it's gonna be. I'm calling it now. Championship.
And a properly scaled armor bot to go with him.
No,
There's your next HasLab.
that's your name. So I could fight Galactus.
Nick Adams quickly becoming the unofficial fifth chair. I used to work with a guy whose nickname was Muffin. Some chick told him he had a cute little muffin, so that became his name. I think that's the rule. I think that has
As it should have. Yeah.
that has to happen. So
Too
Yeah.
bad.
so yeah, it's we don't know what shipwreck is coming. We don't know what Rock and Roll is coming. Just again, take this with a grain of salt.
But they did say Shipwreck and Rock and Roll are coming.
Shipwreck and Rock and Roll, absolutely.
In some form or another are coming.
Yeah, if you need to see it for yourself, head on over to Hasbro Pulse on Instagram, and you'll see the whole 22 minutes of Emily and Lenny putting together a Dreadnought Thunder Machine. And Diana Davis says in college, Cullen's nickname was Buttercup, which may get Diana Davis on the program.
Did he have the sweetest?
Water cup.
So
Wow. Whoa, wow.
and then to build on that, what is going on there?
I don't know.
The Doppler effect as some UFO flies over articulated Chad's house.
Yep.
New
That's
Mexico.
the thing.
New Mexico.
That's
Yeah.
your
Oh yeah.
brother. So anyway, Hasbro Pulse did announce that the next fan stream will be on YouTube on June 8th. That is next Wednesday, or I guess Wednesday coming up, or however you want to talk about it. 11 a.m. Eastern Time, youtube.com/Hasbro Pulse. I'm glad that it's going to be on YouTube because Instagram for live events can't shut off the comments. I don't ever need to see comments from people during a live stream, ever. But on YouTube, I could just click a little X and they go away.
No, especially not the Hasbro Pulse.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a bloodbath.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing. I mean, it's like, you guys stayed home from work to be this bitter. That's good.
Yeah.
Why?
These are toys, people. It's
Right.
Yeah. No Target exclusives, no Target exclusives, no Target exclusives.
I have a feeling that I know every host of a show is going to say, I don't think that was our people. I really don't think that was our people. If it's the folks who are here every week, unless you guys just head off on other shows and behave poorly there,
I don't think so.
because these folks they're pretty good with us. We
Yeah.
appreciate it,
plausible deniability.
and they know that if they step out of line, I will ban them.
We've done it.
And then on other shows, on Mark's Eternal Baseball podcast, we banned Rob.
Yeah, and I was just there.
Did you give the wrong pickle answer, Rob?
He did.
No. Like some bot came on there, with like a swastika in the icon and stuff like that. The avatar, and he was like, and he was trying to, and Mark was trying to ban that, and instead got me.
Yeah, Mark panicked and shot.
A little punchy.
Yeah,
He did. Mark was just banning everything that moved in the live stream. And
the
Rob was,
Nazi bot only got a 5-minute warning.
yeah, we
So
got
he
him.
used Hitler and got Eleanor Roosevelt.
But me, who was commenting on actual baseball,
It's good that I was there to coach him through that one.
Yeah.
Good I was around.
That'll
So
teach
remember,
you.
next Wednesday morning, pretend you're at work at 11 o'clock. Check out the Hasbro Pulse fan stream, and that should
some
be
of
a
us
half-hour
will
good
be
time.
off.
There will be more reveals. It's promised every Wednesday this month, or for the next 3 weeks anyway. More reveals as far as what's coming up. So I pose to you, gentlemen,
Ooh.
what you think we got coming? Articulated Chad, you're our guest. You're a first timer. What do you think we got coming on Wednesday?
This is 50% hope and 50% speculation. Serpentor.
Okay.
Just based off Mindbender and the whole DNA thing.
Okay.
Hmm.
All righty. Phil Donnelly, what do you think we got coming on Wednesday?
Well, Mindbender was going to, well, actually, Serpentor was going to be my thing, but since they haven't officially announced Mindbender yet, let's go with Mindbender.
Well,
We know he's coming though.
Mindbender showed up on
That's true.
his listing
I would like
up on Best Buy's website, so I have a feeling that that's going to go live on Wednesday. But what do you think that's brand new that's coming on Wednesday?
I am still hoping for a hawk. We got to get a leader for Joe.
Colonel or General?
Please,
Oh, it's
Joe.
always general.
Oh yeah, please. Oh, I mean, Colonel Hawk it's great in regards to original 13 and all that, but if you got to give me one or the other, 1986 General Hawk, please and thank you 100 times out of 100.
Yeah, get the
not the
figure where
space
actual
one.
design work was done. Yeah.
You had to clarify, not the space one.
Well, I mean, if you gave me astronaut with a jetpack Hawk, that would be still preferable to 1982 Colonel Hawk, who's just kind of there.
I will disagree.
And again, I would unironically love a armor tech General Hawk with armor bot.
I mean, I guess that General Hawk, the Colonel Hawk from 1982, he would have a visor that I could then steal and put on a Flash figure. So that
What if he had an MMS with him?
maybe. I mean,
that'd be different then.
that's Colonel Hawk with a paperweight.
There's no vamp to tow it around. He's got to push it himself.
Hook it up to the motorcycle.
Oh yeah. Then you got that whole vehicle discussion.
It's got a plow harness. It just runs, drags it behind him.
Mm-hmm.
You heard it here first. Hasbro Pulse HasLab Road Toad.
Just hook it up to 5 of your roadblocks.
There you go. You could do a roadblock, just carry it around.
Yeah.
Over his head, military press.
A yoke to strap the roadblocker gun ho.
But Racktime Rob, while Racktime Rob is giving us his predictions, let's go ahead and see your predictions in the live stream. If you want to throw them up, this is a good time. But Racktime Rob, what do you say?
Like I said, just as Phil's most likely was taken, now my most likely too have been taken. Here's a hope. Hope for let's say maybe a scrap iron.
Okay. Matt Rubin says General Hawk would be great. Still holding out for a mainframe. That's all right. Cy Alcorn says Spirit. I mean, we already know Spirit's coming. So
Yes,
he's been pre-ordered
already.
Yeah,
They're shipping.
hopefully Spirit should be shipping right about
Yeah,
now.
that wave should be shipping.
Travis Moody's got one more Snake Eyes and Roadblock.
That is what we got last YoJoe June.
Fair.
I mean, as cool as those figures were, we saw, Roadblock as an Amazon exclusive, Snake Eyes a fan channel, and then, a whole bunch of Target exclusives.
Nick Adams has one in for Sergeant Savage.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah, that'd be rad.
It would be different, certainly.
Sergeant Rock.
With the cryo tube again.
Outback is with Rob. Time for scrap iron. Sean Russell is going to be the cynic and go Tiger Force Roadblock.
He might. He might not be wrong.
Our buddy Sam Myers says would like to see Alpine.
I like that one.
Torpedo Mike, Tiger Force toll booth or nothing.
There you go.
With no vehicle.
Nomad's Wandering. I think Mutton Junkyard are coming based entirely on nothing.
It's a good thing to base on.
Hey, good enough, right?
Hey, there's entire web channels doing that, so don't worry.
Right. None of us have anything. So, Doug Dello says Snow Job, Torpedo, and Airborne.
As a 3-pack.
I don't know.
I don't know, but that's a cool assortment.
I'd take it. Ode to 1983 seems.
I'd be excited. I'd be excited for all three of those.
Right. And I do have to confess something here, gentlemen, that I did lead you into this one as a setup.
Yes.
Because Mike got the shovel out. Mike's been doing some digging.
Ooh.
And
he hit a gas line. But
we hit a gas line, so he moved to the front yard. But in the front yard, we found
we hit a water line. And
stop making jokes. I'm trying to make a presentation here. You're killing Phil. Look at how red he is. But, we found a leak, and we do have an idea of what's going to be announced on Wednesday. And we don't have a whole lot of specifics, but I can tell you that this source, who was instrumental in getting us all the information that we got right last year, so this is somebody with a history now. This reveal is going to have a little bit something to look like this.
Ooh.
Robots.
Again, don't know the specifics.
Robots.
It's a red floaty face.
Count on Transformers combo crossover reveal on Wednesday.
I almost threw the F-bomb.
It's gonna be a battle VW bug.
Right.
It comes with the
right. They need somebody to fight Hiss Megatron, so it'll be Bumblebee.
Yeah.
And Spike in his hard hat.
His arch enemy, Bumblebee.
Right.
You're terrible.
Due to size comparison restrictions.
Again, I cannot say this is 100% confirmed. This is just again, as with all leak type stuff, they could go ahead and they could change it last minute. We don't know, but based on that source, that same source from last year, Transformer crossover.
You know, I eat that crossover stuff up. Eat it up.
You dig it, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I gotta say, I liked Megatron as a Hiss tank, but I didn't care for Megatron as Megatron.
Right.
No, because it looked like it really looked like
the
they
cup
had
holder thing on his back and all that.
Yeah. It looked like they glued a Hiss tank to the back of him. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know those shopping carts at the grocery store that has like the little kid race car thing? That's what his back looks like. Right?
Yeah.
Baroness is just a little 3-year-old bratty kid just chucking her in the back in a race car.
Going down,
but as a Hiss tank,
pulling down all the Lucky Charms.
As a Hiss tank, I'm all about that.
Yeah, it's a fantastic looking tank. Can't take away from
add it to my Hiss collection.
That was really the crossroads I came to was, do I want to have that just because I've got at least one of every other Hiss tank? And ultimately it was like, I don't know.
It's awfully expensive.
It was.
What isn't these days, though? Come on.
Well, yeah. Because Hasbro is passing the savings on to us.
And again, Mindbender going, the pre-orders for Mindbender will probably go live Wednesday as well.
Mm-hmm.
That is the other news from the leak. So there you go. We broke news. Where's the honcho? Where's Joe Colton? Gone. And I'm breaking news.
There you go.
They didn't want to steal your thunder.
They didn't know, so it's okay. They didn't know. Joe Colton's a guest at this con. She's working this weekend. We're not mad at Joe Colton. Mark is at the opening of his daughter's school's presentation of Seussical. So she is at an important family function.
We'd say we're not mad at him either.
We're not mad at Mark either.
Although he's probably mad at himself for having to sit through a production of Seussical.
Because it's Seussical, yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Rubin is disappointed. Sorry, Matt Rubin.
Well, look, if it's an Autobot, I'm sure it comes with a Joe. We're guessing that this is, basically a 2-scale Transformer that comes with an O-ring, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's the assumption, yes.
Matt O'Brien asks, if Emily and Lenny reveal 2 more names in the works for 2023, what are we thinking? Well, right up front, whatever we're thinking isn't going to carry any kind of weight. We don't know anything about that. That is off of their list that nobody has. That's their internal working. So whatever they give us is, they're the only ones that know that. But like, if it was 2 names, what would I like to see? I mean, we've done that segment already probably a couple times. So I don't want to throw anything out there after breaking a potential spoiler. I don't want to throw something else out there that might get construed as something real. Because I have nothing for you there that's factual.
I would guess since they did 2 Joes last time, maybe they'll do 2 Cobras next time.
Maybe, yeah. But again, we don't know.
Yeah, no, that's just
we got nothing for whatever Emily and Lenny are gonna break as far as characters. We got nothing.
Nothing.
We got nothing.
Joe Self says we need Dreadnoks, the original 3 in a 3-pack like they did with the Vipers. You even imagine the cover art. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Especially with the closed box. You'd really get a good chance to see that art.
Yeah. I would not mind them packaged like that myself.
I hear they're big fans of the show, so they're making a Superhead figure.
Great.
That would be fantastic.
Make sure he comes with the sausages in his pocket.
And then it could be with the bonus with the other siblings stealing all the milk.
Stealing all the milk.
That was a ride.
Truly. We got
there's sitcom potential here.
Right. We just need to have Nick Adams come on and tell us stories some week.
Everybody loves Nick. I mean, so there you go, right there.
Everybody loves Nick. So yeah, I apologize for the setup there, but it was a fun chance to throw some wants and needs out there.
But we do have a whole month.
And that's it for the news. All right. So there you go. That's our one little piece of breaking news amongst all the other stuff. And let me go ahead and get this out of here. So, Articulating Chad, you've said you're a big robot guy. What Autobot would you like to see to counteract Megatron?
Well, I mean, if we're talking only to scale, like the Hound Vamp, right? They did that with the SDCC set. It makes sense. Obviously, in a perfect world, I'd want Prime. Maybe the Prime Tank from the crossover comics, but it'll probably be a Hound Vamp.
I think that's the easiest one, right?
Yeah. But I mean, let's be honest, they're kind of doing the low-hanging fruit, easy stuff anyway. So if you just use the KISS method, right? Keep it simple, stupid. Right. I'm saying Hound Vamp.
Because even there, the Vamp's got its own driver. You just throw a clutch on there and nobody complains.
Yeah, but watch them throw a total loop and use that Duco ring.
Ooh.
And then people will just delaminate. Just wait for it. I'm gonna burn everybody down.
I like delaminate. I like.
Yeah. That's one of my army.
Although I mean, we already know we're getting Duke. Because
So you got 6 roadblocks, dude. It'll probably be clutch. I mean, obviously, I'm just talking smack for the sake of jokes and fun, but yeah, it'll probably be a Vamp Hound.
While our live viewers continue to think of questions for us here on the panel, let's take a moment and hear a word from our sponsors.
We buy, sell, and trade vintage and modern toys. G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Transformers, Marvel, DC, and more. Located in beautiful downtown Kokomo, Indiana, we are open every Wednesday through Saturday from 12 to 5. It's a theme park of nostalgia. Join the thousands of people who have traveled from all over the Midwest for over a decade to buy and sell with us. Get your geek on.
All right, folks. And remember, if you're watching us here on YouTube, go ahead and give us a like. Please subscribe to the channel. Every little bit helps, every bit of growth. Thank you so much for tuning in with us tonight. If you're watching us on Facebook, go ahead and give us some kind of a reaction. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a heart. Give us a little huggy guy. We love little huggy guy. But anything to help feed the algorithms that push us around and get us interwoven into your G.I. Joe online experience. Appreciate that. If you're watching us on recording, we love you too. You can still do all the same things. Go ahead, leave us a comment down below if you've got any questions. We'll try and address those during the week. And of course, if you're listening to us on audio, if you're still doing this the old-fashioned way on Podbean and wherever else you get your podcasts, welcome.
Hi.
Even if that's how you get us, or even if you're only interested in audio, please just take a moment, stop over on YouTube, and just subscribe to us there, because that just helps us grow. But looking over in the chat, everybody is talking to themselves. All right. So,
I don't know. I did see one that says, "Hey, go for the Optimus Prime truck and to put Honda Lou in."
you know what though? I would dig that, because at least it would be something different.
It would.
We finally get a Honda Lou.
Right?
I'm never gonna be in the we finally got a Honda Lou camp, because we didn't need one in the first place. But if you're gonna do something like I'm at the point now with this O-ring stuff where I'm seeing a little too much sameness in the stuff they've put out since the Sky Striker. I want to see some different stuff. So if they did a Honda Lou in the O-ring set, I'd be happy with that. Crocodile Joel McMullen asks, when Hasbro does those Q&As, do you guys get an invite? No, we do not.
No, we're the reason why they're spoiling their own stuff.
Fact.
I don't get an invite either, so.
Rack Time Rob, dealing it. But Cellar Dweller says, I like to record this onto wax cylinders and listen to it that way. That is true. That is dedication to the craft, and we applaud you, sir. There
Just
we go.
beware of really warm days, because then the full archive's gone.
Right.
It would not last here. That's for sure.
But we got this in a couple spots. What top troop builder you'd like to see next? What scale are we talking? I guess is the first question. But if we're talking classified, either an eel or a snow serpent. So something more setting driven. I need like a specialist. Phil Donnelly, we haven't heard from you in a bit. What troop builder would you want to see next?
Maybe not the most popular choice, but a Televiper. You got to have more than one for it to actually work.
All right. How about you, Chad?
The only way I would be impressed with a Televiper is if he had that warning reversed across his visor, because I love that image.
Nice.
If we're talking classified scale, I'm going to really hurt some people's feelings. I don't care. I hate classified. I freaking do. I'm sorry. I can't stand it. To me, it's a gimmick. Like G.I. Joe in 6-inch does not fly. I would say Snow Serpent, since you're asking. But other than that, like, you're not going to see it for a year and a half anyway. So,
hey, chin up. 14 months.
I can't. I just can't do it.
14 months tops.
No, I don't give a shit, Mike. I can't do it.
Here it is.
There it is, right? Yeah. I mean, G.I. Joe with no vehicles is just a joke. 2 motorcycles. Anyway, Snow Serpent, Mike. Snow Serpent.
Hey, look, there's an O-ring line. There's other stuff out there. You can answer that question however you'd like.
I'm still working on all that. I'm good.
All right.
I'm good. Still love G.I. Joe.
Rack Time Rob, what you got? What's your number one Cobra Army builder that's not out there yet?
Well, like I said the eel.
Okay.
Let's go for the neon red fast black or Flak Viper.
You know what I would honestly love to see? And I'm not going to change my answer. Headhunter Stormtrooper.
It's a solid choice. Kind of spiky.
Diana's got a good question based on last week. So what, if anything, can fans do to handle jerks on live stream be abhorrent? And the answer is encourage our providers to stick to media that does not allow fans to be abhorrent. Like, there's a reason we do YouTube, right? It's because we're not going to let stuff like that fly.
Yeah.
There's a reason. Facebook is the same way. We're running through StreamYard. If something goes down, somebody starts spouting off in ways that we don't like or is offensive, or you're just out, right? So Instagram isn't nearly so user friendly that way, and that was really the one thing wrong is that you can't Instagram is the worst.
Was it bad, or is she talking about that stream that
I think
Lenny and Emily just
had.
did?
I think that might be a reference to if it was on Instagram that it had to be the stuff that was Wednesday.
Yeah, see, yeah, that okay.
Which I don't have
Still not
Instagram, so I didn't watch it. But
Yeah, me either. So I had to watch somebody repost it on YouTube. Either way, that's too bad.
Matt O'Brien asks, "Are you for all in on call sign Longbow?" I see Chad nodding enthusiastically.
100%.
Where'd you first hear about it?
Your show?
That's right. That's right.
I know John's son, so
hey, there's some kind
yes.
of baseball. There's some kind of baseball podcast trying to horn in on the comments.
What?
That's Phil, you and call sign Longbow a thing?
Yeah, maybe not all in, just because money. I buy too many other things right now, but yeah, I'm getting in there.
Get yourself out of Disneyland once in a while, Phil. Come on.
What is right there?
They have T-shirts.
Kickstarter's been killing me lately.
Right? Yeah, it's been rough. Rack time, Rob.
I'm not in yet. I got to look at finances and what level I want to go to.
All right. I am. I've been throwing $10 at a time away for that one for a while now. So
yeah.
That's what helped. That's when pestering the creator, who happens to be a friend of yours, incessantly on a bi-weekly basis. That's where that helps. That's where that helps.
Doesn't hurt to know people.
Eternal Baseball says, "I think it's only fair to let Rob ban me." And no, he doesn't. When he's on the show, he doesn't. Really have moderator powers.
Yeah, I don't. I can't even I can't even comment back.
All he can do is shake his fist angrily.
Shake harder, boy.
There's two words that transpiring.
S. Meyer says, "The problem is, even on YouTube, the terrible comments still happen, but on YouTube, we can do something about them."
Yeah.
And on Instagram, you can't really.
And on and at the rate that they fly on those, even on the YouTube, the live streams from the Pulse, they're flying by. There's a good chance they're
right.
Yeah.
Like we could set these, when we set these up, we could set up that there are no live comments, right? We don't do that because that would be really terrible. Like we haven't had we've had a couple of little flare-ups of poor attitude in the 2 years we've been doing this, right? Nothing real serious. Nothing that we can't handle. So yeah, like if it got to a point where that wasn't feasible to keep up with the bad traffic, I mean, one, we would probably have to start rethinking if we wanted to do the show at all, if that was the the audience that we were going to attract. But two, we might not do it live, or three, we would do it live and just shut the comments off.
Either way,
I mean, just think about if we didn't have our comments on. Just think of how many Superhead stories we would have missed out on.
Right, exactly. We love the interaction. That's why we do that.
Comments are worth it for that alone.
I wouldn't be Biff McHonky Dunk.
Means for the Hasbro live streams, definitely need the comments for this stream. Well, thank you for insinuating that we're not that entertaining.
Hey,
look, like I said, that's got to be on Hasbro, and that stuff is it's flying by so fast. I wonder if they're even
capable of keeping up with it.
Yeah, percentage of moderators.
The Viper Scout asks, "What are the current not released products each of you are looking forward to the most?" Chad, how about you?
Are we talking simply Hasbro stuff? Are we talking in general? I
think in general. I think whatever you're into that you're looking forward to the most is okay.
Marauder Gunrunner Vietnam Kickstarter. I'm waiting on those. I'm really excited for those.
Yeah, that's sweet stuff.
Robo Skull Mark II.
Yeah.
Both of those, because I went hard to paint on those. The crossover Megatron Hiss, just because I love the crossover stuff. The new 3 3/4 mask figures that are coming.
What is that?
Are those
Yeah.
actually coming? I haven't heard. I've heard people speculate on that, but I haven't seen anything concrete coming from.
Yeah, they're coming. I wasn't prepared to like pull it up and go, here you go, Rob. But
Yeah.
It's all right.
so
No,
those you broke my flow. Thank you.
Yep.
Call sign longbow, Operation Recall.
Operation Recall is another one for me right there.
Oh, yeah. They're going through all the submissions now, and I'm just like, come on, look at mine. So
I'm really looking forward to see what comes out of Operation Longbow.
there's a lot of stuff that I'm looking forward to. Sadly, I hate to say, only one of those on the list was Hasbro stuff, but that's okay because fans do great work, and I'm excited.
Look, you're not a classified guy, so that seems to be the bulk of where the effort is right now. So
I'll be honest. I have them all. I've ordered all the way up through the Viper 3-pack. I'm not like a complete hater or anything. I just
you've hooked me up.
Yeah, I did hook you up, right? And I'm a lover of all things GI Joe. I just I'm just sliding out of it. I never was into the 112 scale, and then GI Joe did it, and my wife bought me the first 2 waves in one shot, and I was like, well, I guess I'm in this now. But you and I discussed this before, so yeah, that's my answer. So
all right,
I didn't think I was going to like them as much as I do.
I just think the scale's a gimmick. I just think they're trying to chase Legends and Black Series, and that's not what GI Joe is. But that's just an opinion. So
on a core level, Chad, I'll tell you, I agree with that 100%. I like them more than I thought I did. I thought I would too.
Totally cool.
Yeah,
but I mean, when they reintroduced,
go back to the old audio episodes, and I'm out there warning everybody, hey, whatever comes next with GI Joe, just be ready because it's going to be something different than what we've got before. And the one thing that I don't like about Classified is it's starting to turn into the same thing that we got before.
Yeah, because it's that. Yeah, that reaction.
Like I can see a point coming where if the next few waves are so much the same as what we got 30 and 40 years ago, but I could see losing some interest there. Like I need to see at least some kind of an update or some kind of a
I mean, that's literally what they do with Star Wars. Their third sister, 6-inch, 4-inch retro.
Yeah. And, I was never a fan of Masters of the Universe. I mean, yes, granted, when I was a child in 82, when it came out, sure, it was like, wow. But once G.I. Joe, I was all in with G.I. Joe. I find myself now, and I hate to use the term because, I mean, it's all first world problems and they're all just toys, right?
Right.
But I'm jealous of what Mattel is doing with Masters of the Universe. Because you look at the Masters areas in like Target, and it's huge. And then you go to look at the Joe stuff, and it's like, see, there you go. And it's like Flint, Lady J, maybe a reaction figure or two. And I'm just like, ooh, sad face.
There's Joe stuff in your Target?
Well, I just told you what it is. I don't have a Target, buddy. I have to go 90 miles to a Target. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I was in my Target today, and there are no classifieds. There's no tag for classifieds, but there are 3 pegs of reaction.
See, and that kind of makes you, it gives you pause because how are new people going to get into the brand of the lines if they can't get those starter figures?
Right.
It's just like you walk in and you're new to the line and you like see the new wave if there are any, and you just go, But even with that Buzz Lightyear fighter, $45 for that Buzz Lightyear fighter, it holds 2 4-inch figures or 1 6-inch.
The one that Mark was showing off last week.
I've got 3 of them right here on the wall that I painted up like Decepticon crossovers, but I love them.
It's a pretty great toy. It's a pretty great toy.
Yeah,
I customized the shit out of them.
Phil, you're a guest. What current not released products are you looking forward to the most?
Robo Skull, obviously. His Megatron, sure. The Afterlife Proton Pack for Ghostbusters.
Okay.
I got that way. Why have we not heard any updates from that? It's been 6 months. I'm sad about that. And I actually kind of am looking forward to Classified Mindbender because I don't know, he's a goofy dentist turned mad scientist. How can you not want that?
Yeah. I'm there too.
And who became allergic to shirts.
They're
but not monocled.
I know I just got on a rant on things being too samey, but there are some characters that they nailed the first time that I don't necessarily need an update for. Mindbender and the Crimson Guard are both in that category.
The Cobra, like I said, the Joes, I kind of want to see updates, at least for like equipment and things like that. Like I got Snake Eyes next to me here, the Commando one.
Uh-huh.
This isn't a straight copy of the 82 Snake Eyes. It's based on that, but I mean, there's updates in the gear, and it looks, like Dusty might be a little too close.
Can I go feed Claude or at least go see if he's waiting? Yes, you can.
Yeah. Dusty may be a little too close to the classic. However, like had they changed the Crimson Guard, why? They got that one right the first time.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
The Stalker's a good mix. They gave Stalker the Shamog. They kind of gave him a couple little, pieces of flair. He's got enough pieces of flair.
Yeah. His gear is a bit more detailed, but you have that with those early guys. Like, there's no way they could release a just tit for tat redo of those 82 guys and
5 figures with the same head.
Right.
Straight arms.
Matt Rubin asks, can you share what other ideas you have for the What's on Joe Mind channel? Yeah, we're happy that we're getting to a point where we'll actually have more time to spend on it. You notice we haven't done a whole lot of post-sock lately, or mail call, I guess is what we're calling it. That is not really by design. We've set it up a couple times and just not been able to follow through because Joe's job went insane, and my job went insane, and Rob's job went insane, and Mark's job went insane. So we were happy. Right. We were happy when we could get all 4 of us to Friday night at the same time. So we'd like to keep doing more evergreen type stuff like post sock. And maybe a few other things that we've got to hash out as a team. But yeah, we're always looking to do some more short form content. It's just got to be something that fits in, 1, something that everybody's interested in, and 2, something that my meager video editing skills can handle. So
yeah, buddy,
that's your 2 biggest draws, right? That's the two big questions right there. Viper Scout asks about the live stream stuff. How many of those commentators are actually fans, and how many are just there to complain?
Probably most of them are there just to complain.
Good point.
They call themselves fans.
30-70.
Yeah, they consider themselves fans, but apparently just being
like
it's okay to not like something. We'll throw that out there right now. The 4 of us have all at some point this very evening expressed negative opinions on something or another, right? But
Yes.
but there's not liking something and just being a hurtful dick.
Yeah.
And I think we avoid that pretty well. Like, except when we make fun of Phil. That's right, Phil. We want you to cry.
Why? I just want you to like me.
Good luck with that.
Oh, Phil. Poor Biff.
Turn the camera off.
Okay.
Look away.
Sean Russell asks, aren't all dentists mad scientists? Yes, and especially orthodontists.
Yep. Little Shop of Horrors taught you that.
Right? Matt Rubin says, HasLab is getting non-communicative about their projects. Like there's been a single update on Victory Saber in the past 6 to 8 months. Well, okay.
Maybe they shouldn't do like 19 at once. Keep track of it better.
Right.
What?
Matt O'Brien says, I would respectfully disagree with Chad. The level of detail on classified figures makes vintage O-rings look like a joke. LOL.
I
don't know about joke.
So yeah, just to touch on that, I completely agree. Their detail is amazing. Like the detail looks amazing. I'm not talking about the detail or the paint apps or colorways or any of that stuff. I'm just again, personal opinion. So I can accept that.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I love the original. I'm sorry, I love the original '82 Scarlet figure. But let's all agree, right? Well, we don't have to agree, but I'm going to come out and say it. her face looks like a foot, but it's still 82 Scarlet. It's still
her
82
face
Scarlet. That being said, all these figures behind me are 2007 and up, so none of these have faces that look like feet.
Like a foot. I love it.
Her face looks like Flash with a wig. It's
Right. It's not
Or a
good.
potato,
Yeah.
a foot, Flash
Right.
with a wig, whatever. You know.
And yeah, I don't think anybody's calling classified figures bad toys.
Mm-mm.
It's just I think there is some merit to a disagreement about what G.I. Joe is, and classified doesn't necessarily fit that. Like in Chad's view, G.I. Joe is about both vehicles and figures and the neat, the neat battle scenes and missiles and guns and tanks and all this. Yeah, just all that stuff. And classified doesn't necessarily lend itself to all that.
but for people who got G.I. Joe in the 60s, it's not about that.
Right.
So,
well, even they had Jeeps and helicopters and things
in
like
the 70s they did. I think they might have had a Jeep in the 60s. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm not saying my idea of G.I. Joe is better than anybody else's. I would never say that. Like I would see myself out if I ever thought like that. Like that's ridiculous. That's just a personal opinion. And like we were just talking about, I still have them all anyway.
Right.
So,
yeah.
So who's the sucker?
The thing you lose with a 6-inch Joe line, you gain detail, you gain articulation, you lose the vehicles.
Yeah, it's 6 in one hand, half dozen in another, and I would never be like, oh, you collect classified.
Ragtime Rob, why don't you take this one first? Any club created characters you'd like to see brought back?
Ooh. Man, I don't even remember. Let's see, who was the
That's not a good start.
How about you, Phil?
Any and all female characters, because we just need more of them.
Yeah. I mean, I have a feeling we'll get through a lot of them, but I mean, when you're talking club created characters, I mean, these things like created whole cloth for the club or just some of the figures that the club did.
I think he's referring to whole cloth new characters from the club.
Jinkies.
How many of those did they do? 2 words here.
A lot.
Three words here. Identical cousin dreadnoughts. That is where I'm going with that.
Redheads.
Club figures that you want to see brought back. Here you go. Here's a visual representation. All those.
There you
right
go.
There.
They're just
noted author James Kavanaugh giving the argument right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I sit and go through that guide and I'm like,
yeah. There's a couple characters I think from like post. I don't remember enough of the club specific figures, but in terms of figures that the club did of, like not the classic run of characters, maybe some characters that came later. I think Barrel Roll and Bomb Strike and Blackout would be 3 prime examples.
Well, I mean, they're not club characters.
I know they're not club figures. The club did them. And I mean, 2 of them are really good and Barrel Roll's okay.
Did they?
They did.
Okay.
I guess they did them.
They were part of the club subscriptions.
A lot of the club figures got to be pretty ridiculous kit bashes.
Yeah, those late runs, I skipped them.
Yeah.
I got the first couple, but once the funding left after the Transformers Club got shuttered, I kind of backed out on the FSS.
But those 3 characters were early, so they look a lot better.
That Bomb Strike's a good figure.
That Bomb Strike's a really good figure. Blackout, I think, is a figure that they don't give enough credit to. I think Blackout came out really well. Barrel Roll, he's a little bit of that notorious kit bash look. But
again, going back to that
Barrel Roll.
Going back to that Masters jealousy, like they did Matty Collector, so great. The way that they rolled that out.
Well, that was also Mattel doing it, not
I'm tracking. That's also the company that just put out a $45 fighter.
Yeah.
It's Torpedo Mike says again. Phil rates a special "What's on Joe Mind" call sign. What do you think Biff McHonky Donk is?
It's just another example of them taking away my humanity. I don't even have my name anymore.
Right? Do you think they'll start doing convention exclusive figures again? And if so, which figures would you like to see? Either classified, modern, or O-ring?
I think they've been doing them. They just haven't had conventions to give them out at.
Right.
They never stopped.
I'm interested to see what this year's figure is going to be.
Yeah. You mean San Diego?
If they
No.
keep those
Joe
figures
Fest.
up in PulseCon, I'll be very happy.
I don't know. I mean, that's anything at a non-official con is just done by that non-official con.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Chad mentioned 82 Scarlet's face looked like a foot. I did. I said that.
You're not wrong.
Matt O'Brien says I should have reframed that so I didn't sound like a dick. You're
No.
okay. We get that some of it gets lost in translation, man. You're good.
Not even at all, brother. Totally good. I'm not trying to sound like a dick. How about that?
Yeah, you fail though.
Face like a foot. Screw your pickles.
Michael Gene Fleming giving a vote to Crimson Asp. Acting out like a mercenary who's clearly an ex-IRA operative. Well, there you go. That's a good one. Plus,
Yeah,
Joe Colton's already got the costume, so she's
There you go.
Boom.
she's
I've forgotten about her.
No.
I didn't buy any of the convention sets, so I was like, I don't remember. If I didn't buy them, I don't remember.
I know the term is dreadheads, but I'm going to continue with identical dreadnought cousins.
Patty Duke Dreadnoughts.
They're cousins.
Identical cousins.
Identical dreadnought cousins. Oh,
They're inbred, they're underfed.
Snow Bunny Mindbender is wonders. That is a pretty good figure, though.
Yeah.
That's a good likeness of what they were going for.
but he's wearing a shirt.
I was kind of hoping that the Club FSS back in the day would kind of go that way. Like they put together a good, like, you know how all the Joes in the cartoon, they all had the same coat. Like they put together a good upper body with that coat, and then they just put different legs on it. You'd make Arctic Flint and Arctic Dusty and whatever. I thought like that. You want to talk about easy repaints that people would be like, yeah, I could do snow missions just like on the show, and
Not try and find the guys who don't look ridiculous in the snow.
Matt O'Brien says, I'd love for them to announce the classified HasLab we keep hearing about. Heard it may be a HISS tank or a Mobat, but I'd be down for any damn vehicle besides a motorcycle.
Armor bot.
I don't want to be
Give me the mechs.
but my God, if they did a Mobat and classified, whew, that's a dining room table right there.
I don't know if I could go. I don't know if I can go in for a classified Mobat.
Why not do a vamp and then your stretch goals are all the freaking towables from the early years?
Or just
As long as one of the stretch goals isn't clutch,
or do a vamp and the stretch
Bones.
the stretch goals are different weapons pods that you can attach to the back.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Your stretch goal is going to be the shovel hood, and you're going to like it.
Yeah, it's going to be the shovel hood, and then it's going to be a cardboard background.
I was out at a couple weeks ago. I was out at a toy shop, and they had a vamp there that I was tempted to buy simply because somebody had taken the Vamp Mark II roof and doors and put it on the Vamp. And I was tempted to buy it just because, like, I want a Vamp with doors and a hood.
It's Malibu Stacy with a new hat.
Right.
That's your luxury vamp.
Yeah, I was not willing to pay the luxury Vamp price.
There's still no windshield, so it's your mileage vary.
So I got
Reynolds probably owned that vamp. That's probably Burt Reynolds.
But could he see over the dashboard? But
He had somebody else driving him.
right. So instead, I bought 2 beachheads.
Oh, of course.
So
How many are you at now?
45.
Nice.
45.
Rob, remind me again, when is the intervention?
Next Thursday.
Okay. Got to pencil in some time on there.
Yeah.
We'll pick you up at the airport.
Nothing wrong with that.
So
There'll
let's
be air mattresses all over this place. It's going to look like a cult meeting.
right.
All right.
Let's go ahead and transition into what we got in, where we brag about all the stuff that we've picked up in our various escapades. Phil, you're our guest.
I am.
You're not brand new, so why don't you show Chad how it's done?
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
tell me how it's done. Yeah.
I got a few things.
You hear that, Chad? He wants to take you outside and fight you.
Oh, are we doing this?
Kick him, Biff. Get him, McCarthy. Come on.
I mean, I'll be honest. I haven't had a good ass kicking in a while, so I mean, we can do it.
In true Biff tradition, he wants you to make like a tree and get out of here.
So, Phil, what'd you get in?
So while everybody else was at Celebration, I went across the street to Disneyland and picked up this lovely shirt that celebrates 35 years of Disneyland Star Tours.
Excellent.
And it turned into a big kind of Disney thing because I also got this R7TN0 droid, which is an R7 droid themed after Ahsoka Tano.
Nice.
And this
I'm a sucker for a good repaint, so I'm all over that stuff.
And this BB Proud, which is their Pride Month offering.
Nice.
So the thing I have to complain about this is the card art shows a sequel series droid in front of the celebration of Naboo from the end of episode 1. So, you know, the nerd in me is there's decades in between. I also got an Ahsoka Tano to go with an Ahsoka Tano droid. And it's actually a really good likeness on there. It really does look like.
Did they sell them together, or did they make you shell out twice?
So this one came from Pulse. This one came from Disneyland.
Okay, all right.
Different companies too. Hasbro, Disney Parks.
All right.
Does Hasbro not make the stuff for Disney Parks?
They do not.
Oh.
So when the Droid Factory stuff came out, Hasbro actually lent them their molds to get it off the ground. But then by the time the second year stuff rolled around, they actually had all new molds, which is how you can tell the first year apart. The first year stuff is just a straight Build-A-Droid Hasbro parts, and you'll see like the tubing on the feet. But the Disney stuff is a little bit more simplified, but it's all kind of based off the Hasbro design, so they are actually interchangeable, but they are different molds altogether.
All right.
I also got me a Fisto because he's got a hilarious name.
That he does.
And then lastly, since I'm the only person in the world who remembers this, I picked up this weird Photon coupon book for when you actually wanted to go to the arena to play laser tag. You get 40% off.
Oh, wow.
No, not just laser tag. Photon,
the ultimate game on planet Earth.
Not to be confused with laser tag.
So that
that was first.
that $100 coupon book, what did that actually cost you?
With shipping, $10.
All right.
All right.
That was a number I was expecting to hear, so that's okay.
That's a number I was hoping to hear.
100. I paid retail.
Fool!
Oh no!
I hope to use them. It's a good money savings.
You got anything else, Phil?
That's it for
this
this
crowd.
All right, Chad. There you go. That's how it's done. There, you got a top Phil.
Well, thank you for showing me. That's a really cool coupon book you got there, Phil. I love getting stuff like that. So Dan Klingensmith's creating G.I. Joe Volume 8. That finally showed up in the mail from that Kickstarter. So I just got this today. I'm going to open that, check that out, and do a review on that. I got a couple of these Sigma 6 buggies. They are not complete, but I'm actually going to turn these into Megaforce vehicles. You remember the Megaforce movie? Right? So I'm going to customize these into Megaforce vehicles because I'm all about Megaforce.
I got to say, first up, for many, many, many years, one of those Jeeps was outside an Army Navy surplus store in Newport Beach that I had occasionally drive by it. And it's just right there.
The Megaforce Jeep.
buggies?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so rad.
Still had the paint. You just put the name of the Army Navy store on top of it, but it was still painted like it was from the movie.
Yeah, that's really cool. I can't wait till those Eagle Force figures come out because they got Megaforce figures in that.
We did a watch along for Megaforce years ago.
I love that movie.
Yeah, you can go back in our archive there on Podbean, and it's me, Gary, and Justin doing a watch along on Megaforce.
So we talked about this fighter numerous times. So there's one of them. So this is that Mattel Lightyear, and this is my Cyclonus that I customized. I have like.
Hang on, let me get you in the big screen.
I got like 5 or 6 of these bad boys. That's not me.
No.
That's you.
Give me a second. Give me a second, Weber.
Yeah. So I made Cyclonus, I made Quietus, and a couple others because they look pretty Cybertronian.
Yeah.
And the
Not
weird
only
thing
that,
is,
I mean that particular
they're
design
Mattel
on
fighters. Yeah, they're Mattel fighters, but that's totally an X-wing mold. Look at that nose. That's an X-wing.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you know, the
Disney,
missiles
baby.
firing the whole thing.
It's got kind of a Cyclonus silhouette to it. So
Right? And that's why I did. So I did Cyclonus and Quietus, and I have a few others. I was going to do one up like Joe Takara. And then I just got a bunch of carded figures, but they're all in the closet in the other room. So.
Oh.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. That's me.
I'll get you out of the big screen then.
Woo!
Rack time, Rob. What'd you get in?
Really, this week nothing. I got nothing. Last week I got some books.
Okay.
Quality companion.
Yeah,
Nice.
just basically dipping into the old defunct, comic book universes here.
MLG.
Quality Comics got bought by DC back in like the 50s. They had Plastic Man, the Blackhawks, and things like that. So, and then MLJ still exists. It's Archie.
Mm.
So every once in a while,
Look up.
Archie goes, "Hey, let's bring back let's bring back the Shield and the Black Hood to various levels of success." Sometimes they let DC do that. I don't know.
Wait for me when Archie crosses over with the Punisher again.
Right. But light week for me too. I dipped. It's actually I bought this a couple of weeks ago and it finally showed up. But I just dipped a toe into the vintage years again and got myself another Flash.
God, I love Flash.
So
The
Flash
Flash
Mob 83 continues. Dude sent
Ooh,
along
there are children present.
sent a whole bunch of weapons along with it too. Like there's a rock and roll helmet and a couple of accessory pack helmets, and then the tan laser backpack and the green laser backpack, and he threw a Small Joe stand in there. So I totally got my money's worth on him.
That's cool.
And so, but that's it. I am the ultimate cheapo when it comes to picking up the vintage toys. Like I have a line that I don't cross, so I don't get them very often. But when I find them, it's like, well, they're cheap. I got to get them now. And that was how Flash went. So before we get into shout outs, just to remember again, if you like us, please like our video. Subscribe to the channel. Share us in your various social media circles. If you're watching us on Facebook, go ahead and give us some kind of a reaction. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a heart. Give us a little huggy guy. We love a little huggy guy. And again, if you're watching us live, we appreciate your time. If you're watching us on recording, we appreciate your time too, because it's kind of the same thing, isn't it? Shout outs. Phil Donnelly, go ahead. Get us started.
As always, my friend and co-host, Patrick Stewart, for Articulated Points. Got to always rep our own show on the air.
That's right. That's what shout outs time is plug the damn show time.
And then I guess
where can they find Articulated Points?
you can find it right here on YouTube as Articulated Points. It's the name of the channel. Just do a quick little search in that little bar up top, and you'll find it right there.
Or follow the link down below.
Or boom, yeah, in the description. That's right. And then also a shout out to my work for getting me a new job there, higher pay, my own office. It's very nice.
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
All right. Well done.
an office you get to fill with stuff.
It is already being filled with stuff.
Imagine Phil had a furniture dolly of stuff ready to go.
They left me an empty bookshelf. What was I supposed to do?
Right. I mean, it's their fault. It's their
Put
fault.
books on it.
Kiff,
Ugh.
Kiff, bring my furniture, dolly.
Yeah, the pre-show was 100% Zap Brannigan tonight, so just so everybody's ready.
Sexy.
Totally an off-air thing.
Pre-show's the best show,
And you've seen none of it.
as the hot show likes to say. Articulated Chad, shout it out, man.
I would like to shout out What's on Joe Mind. man, and everybody on this channel, especially your two awesome hosts that aren't here tonight. So thank you guys for having me. I had a blast. Phil, I love you. Please don't beat my ass, man. But again, I could probably use it. I'm going to shout out Grayskull Toys and Collectibles in Albuquerque, New Mexico, because they always hook me up. Whenever they get Joe's in, they let me know. They always give me cool shirts. I wear them on the air. It's a good deal. They're really awesome.
Is that one of their shirts you're wearing right now?
Yeah, and it actually matches my Toys R Us sign that's hanging up off some of my planes here.
Nice.
So, yeah, they always hook me up. So yeah, I want to shout them out. I want to shout out Jay Bartlett, who I do the weekly figure grading with, and my wife, because she's rad. And you can find me on Facebook and YouTube, Articulated Chat.
Oh yeah, and follow the link down below.
Yep,
he's right there. Be part of the Articulated Chad generation.
Yeah, not to be confused with the other Articulated. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very articulated show. I'd have made puns if we didn't leak news.
Right? Hey Phil, does yours mean like fully posable? Right? Articulated, fully posable.
It's a double meaning.
Yeah, right?
We talk about points. We're articulating articulation.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. You can be articulate, but you can articulate about being articulated.
Exactly.
I do think it's one of the best show names out there. I lament most days when I hear articulated points, and then I think that, what's on Joe Mind? We got stuck with the placeholder like Cobra Law.
West Coast Avengers.
What's on Joe Mind is great.
We were trying to
remember that show we were on where that dude botched it, and you were like, "Hey,
hey, come on!"
You were like, "Hey, don't mess up my pun, jerk."
I'd like to say though, when we were trying to think up names for the show, we were trying to think of something as recognizable as "What's on Joe Mind." So,
well, it was when I was on the headcast with Chad, he billed it as "What's on Joe's Mind." No,
that wasn't me.
no, you did not. I mean, the host did. And so I was just like, hey, that's not the show. We don't care what's actually on Joe's mind.
Yeah. And that's, he didn't know. But yeah, when he said it, I was like,
no, it's what's on Joe mind.
What's on Joe mind?
Don't step on our terrible, terrible joke.
Yeah, you were like,
we did. We fought that day.
Yeah.
I took a bus out to California. No, it didn't happen.
Yeah, I just sat back.
Wasn't even Greyhound. It was Trailways.
Right. Secondary bus when it's got a restroom, and that just means that it's got a panel hanging off the back that you just open. And anyways, Ragtime Rob, you didn't get anything in. I didn't get anything in. So what's Ragtime Rob? Who you shouting out?
Let's shout out Chad and Biff for filling in tonight.
Hell yeah, sir.
Finger guns.
Let's shout out Joe and Mark for Mark hopefully doing all right at the musical, and Joe having a good time at the con.
Well, I mean, Mark popped into the comments for a while, so how good could it really have been going?
It was intermission.
It was exactly intermission. Yeah, it was a time where they were getting punch and cookies, and shout out to the Peanut Gallery tonight.
Yeah, totally.
Loyal viewers like you.
I am. I'm gonna sound off some real similar shout outs in that, of course, our guest hosts tonight, Chad, Biff. Thank you both so much. To Ragtime Rob, the fourth man and unsung hero of the What's on Joe Mind podcast. To our missing host, Joe Colton, Mark Weber. To our wonderful sponsors at Kokomo Toys. We'll very quickly sing the theme song here. Kokomo Toys.
Kokomo Toys.
It's
they're gonna make that official one day.
It's a heartwarming anthem that tells the story of my people. Give a shout out to everybody watching us at home, whether you're doing it live, whether you're doing it on recording. We really do appreciate you. If you weren't here, we wouldn't be here wasting the air. So we really do appreciate everything you guys do for us. Want to give a special shout out to our supporters on Ko-fi or Ko-fi or however it's pronounced. I have no idea. You can find a link for that down below. You can also find a link to the What's on Joe Mind swag shop down below. If you want to get one of the 10th anniversary shirts, get it this weekend because I am taking it down on Monday. last chance to get the 10th anniversary Shield T-shirt or merchandise. It's not the 10th anniversary anymore. We've had our 11th anniversary.
Shit.
So I'm still working. I'm trying to get a new logo done, and nobody wants to do it because everybody's pressed for time. But we'll get that taken care of eventually.
Just copy the one.
Right. Move it over. Put a big red X on the 0 and put a 1 on top of it. It'll look classy.
Post-it
How the Big
note.
Ten does it.
Post-it note.
But that's about it for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in to What's on Joe Mind. We are here every Friday at 9 p.m. for the team stream. Be sure to join us next week. We will have another special guest for Guest Host Month. Troy McKee will be back as we count down the final hours of the Call Sign Longbow Kickstarter, which again has completely funded. We still got some stretch goals to get, so be sure you're going to Kickstarter and pulling up Call Sign Longbow and figuring out what you can budget, because that's going to be a fun line when it finally gets into people's hands. That's it. Have a great weekend. YoJoe.
YoJoe.
Is anybody going to do the Mark Webber honcho thing where he hits?
Oh, I suppose I should go. All right.
Bye.